Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Damien. I am in Dallas right now and I'm driving. Pretty much just got here. Cold as the Dickens. I wasn't ready for it. I was in Houston with a warmer climate, but pretty much what I want to talk about real fast while I'm getting to my destination and where I'm going, what's going to happen. I got a couple of emails I want to talk about. Was the Dominican blowout kit. And another one was the relaxer to dreadlocking form for my love that went and put that relaxer in. I understand you were having a hard time and you were like, man, I just can't take this no more. I need to do something different. You were like, bam, I'm gonna put the relaxer in. But now you want to lock. The solution I've come to when it comes to wanting to lock after relaxing is a lock extension. But with the lock extension, you have to be very wise to that because the enamel bonds in that hair is different. You no longer have that same strength that you had when you were working with just all natural hair. So putting weight on that at this point in time, just like freshly relaxed hair, would be kind of detrimental. It could cause many things to happen to you, so you kind of want to be wise to that. So the process that I will go through for that, I will allow my hair to grow at least about 2 inches. Yeah, 2 inches should be good enough to build you a good foundation to hold on to, and you will put the lock extension on there. Now the person that puts that lock extension on would have to be very knowledgeable to what they were doing and what's going on, because that lock extension can snatch you clean out the game, take you just right on out of here because you put the relaxer in. Now proteins would be very beneficial and highly necessary. I would protein that hair at least for 2 to 3 months while my new growth is growing, to go into that form. Or you can try a locking where you do the interlocking, or what I would call the lock stitching, but those locks are not going to come out the same. They're going to be together and in that lock form, but as your natural hair grows, those ends are not going to look the same, and I guarantee you in time they may actually start popping off. So either I would wait and do what you don't want to do, which is the big chop, because that's what, a lot of us do not want to chop off that hair. But I would either wait, or I would go through a transitional styling, like some sew-ins or a 2-strand twist or some braids. Nothing too tight, nothing too damaging to what you've already done. After those transitionings, I would either try the lock extension or I would do the big chop, because in those two forms, you have to be careful. You have to be very careful, because that relaxer is taking away some things so that hair can be as straight as what you wanting to do. So wow, relaxer to dreadlocks, that can be deep though, so just be careful. I wouldn't do anything chemical based for a while. I would have just allowed the hair to chill. Shampoos, if you want, styling with a little flat iron, make sure that your heat is not too high so that you don't cause any more weakening points or weakened spots to that hair. And I think that should work for you. That should get you started. Now once you get those locks, different story. You're going to have to take great care of them. I mean, tie them up real good once you get them done, or however you get them started, because sleeping on them can pop them. Ponytailing can pop them. A number of things that you may want to do at this point can pop those hairs because of that relaxer. So be wise. Don't beat yourself up. It's all good. We'll be alright. Proteins, transitional styles, and make it work. Now the next thing I want to talk about, I was asking about the Dominican straightening treatment. That's a lot of heat. That's a lot of heat. If you want to straighten out that hair, you can straighten out that hair and still have healthy hair. But to do the Dominican straightening treatment, that is a lot of heat going into that hair and a lot of heat, in that head. So make sure that you're wise to that. and make sure that you are proteining and conditioning with that also, because I know a number of those people, they will not tell you, what's going on. They will not tell you what they're doing. They'll just get you in a chair, blow dry you straight as ever, and get you out of there. The thing with the Dominican straightening treatment is they take a brush or a comb, they get really close to your scalp with a really, really, really hot dryer. I think it's either 2,000 or above, and they just hit it. I mean, they get in it. The flat irons don't even generate this much heat and things that the dryer is going to do. And you also have to be very careful of that straightening serum, because that will take away a number of your curl pattern. A lot of people want to revert back and forth. They want to straighten one part and then go back to the relaxer to the natural with the curl pattern and afro. But sometimes you can't, being that this is a lot of hair, a lot of heat that you put into it, and it kind of took a number of things you had away. So be careful with those two things, with straightening and natural hair. Straightening is a good thing, but I'm old school. I get that grandma comb, put that thing on that stove, and get to hitting them heads. I feel like too much heat can cause issues. Yes, Madam T.J. Walker invented a whole number of things, and we're doing a lot of those things that she's done. But in that tool and in that hair, we have in time learned that, yes, a good amount of heat right now, it'll make that hair straight. It sure will. It'll make it so just woof, straight to your shoulders. But when it comes to revert back, when it comes to other options for styling, when it comes to healthiness and a professional head of hair, just a bunch of heat is not going to get the job done. That's another one of those get it now and getting by jobs. So I don't really recommend that. I really would be wise to it, but again, that's me. I'm old school. I don't even believe in the lace fronts, putting that glue on that scalp and laying it down. You might as well get a sew-in. Braid that hair up, sew that weave on so your scalp can still breathe. Your hair is like a plant. It needs to breathe. It needs light. It needs openness. So sometimes you just have to allow it to be itself. That's like changing yourself over and over and over again. You always do these things. You always say these things. Oh, I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to have this differently. I'm going to do this. And then when you go to revert back to who you are, you've lost yourself because you were so caught up in doing these other things, and now you trained yourself to have a whole different lifestyle, but this really wasn't who you were. So now you're lost, you're confused, you're upside down. That same thing with your hair. And when it gets lost and confused, it starts falling out. It doesn't have that get back up and think about it again like you and your mind would. It is an attachment of your mind. It is a product of you. So being mindful of these things. Yes, some of these things are going to get you straightness. And straightness will probably get you a real cute curl with a flat iron. That's fine. I want you to have those beautiful curls. I want you to be beautiful men and women and, have all of these things or whatever you want to have. But if you're going to have these things and it's not going to work for you in longevity, then what's the point of having this? What's the point in doing this? I mean, at the end of the day, you lost. Like, seriously, you really, really lost. So think about that and really, really work with some things and pull some things together so that you're not just slamming a bunch of what y'all call creamy crack in somebody's head, or you're not just taking a blow dryer and cooking folks, because baby, I've seen some sores, some good sores. These folks are getting baked and they don't care. They don't care. They get to put all these different kind of extensions in with staple guns and stuff. And you like, girl, yeah, come on, put that in my head. I want that. I need that. You'll pay thousands for it. You don't need that. You don't need that. What you didn't realize is even when you die, your hair and your nails gonna keep on growing. So even without your life intact, your body is gonna do what your body is going to do, whether you realize it or not. So understand what's going on. Understand what's happening. Again, I'm in Dallas. In Dallas, my spot is the Mosaic Hair Salon and Studio. And that's 2515 Inwood in Maple. It's really centrally located. I love the spot. And I love Eva. I met her today, and she has just a lot going on with herself, education, and all of that. And I think that is awesome. We need to stimulate ourselves above and beyond, and not just get complacent with what we see and what we hear. Stop following that trend, like I was talking about the other day, and be more individuals. You know, branch out. I like the way that I speak, because the way that I speak is just saying, try this. If it works for you, wonderful. If it doesn't, I'm sorry, but let me implement something else that may. My solutions and products, I am working with someone. I keep getting emails about that, and I'm gonna let this be known. I'm working with someone so that when that product hits the shelf, or when that product needs to hit the market, it can hit the market. Sorry, I need to see where I was going. It can hit the market and go everywhere, and not just hit the market in Houston or hit the market in Texas. This stuff can go all across the board for people that already have product lines, and it will be easy accessible. Another thing that I'm working with the people that I'm talking to and doing stuff with is I want to make sure that whoever gets my product and starts to sell it, that they're not just trying to price gouge and get something for nothing. I want to educate. I want to offer my people more than just something that's going to cost $20, $40, $50. I want to offer you a future, a new everything, and that's where I've begun. So let's talk about some more. Let's put some more on the table. I had a review to the product in which someone told me, well, they did a whole video themselves and what it's done for them. So go watch that video. They did I think they posted it on one of my other videos. So check that out. I think that's awesome. I love her for doing that. Black girl, you're the business too. You've been on that education thing. I've been seeing you do it. I think that's awesome. It's not all about me. It's about the whole natural hair industry within itself. So people, ow! This motorcycle almost hit me. People, check me out for more, and I will get you in the game. Peace before somebody kill me.